All right, hey, welcome to the Wednesday night live stream. I'm about to find out if there's audio happening. Yes, okay. It's about a 10-second delay. I'd rather not have the 10-second delay, but that's okay. All right. So last night when we streamed, it was our first time flying the new sim, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, the long awaited, and we had some very specific critiques and issues with the sim. The primary one was the flight model on the aerobatic aircraft. If there's anybody that's going to get into this thing and think that they're anywhere near that kind of performance, they're absolutely not. And so I just wanted to take a look, and as I deflect, it seems to be pretty linear and instantaneous. If anything, the visualizer for the joystick is a little bit behind what my actual inputs are, but it's linear. So all of that seems to be correct. I'm not going to change any of that. Increase flaps and decrease flaps. It's strange that it's on a button on the stick. Normally I would have that on here. And then our power management. There needs to be at least one more axis that we can manipulate on this, and that's the propeller control. And I like to put it on this left throttle. If you look just to the left of my little webcam window here, you can see how I'm moving the left side of the throttle. I like to use that for my propeller RPM, engine RPM control for airplanes that have constant speed propellers. They got the mixture on there, which is nice, but they've got at least two airplanes in this sim that have constant speed propellers that are adjustable, but they don't allow you to put. Maybe there's an unassigned. Oh, hold on. Maybe there wasn't a filter here because it wasn't assigned. Okay, all right. So maybe toggle fuel pump, gauge keystrokes. I want to put a fuel pump on. I want it on here. Search by input. Please detect my input. Thank you. I guess validate is the button I want. Okay, so here's instruments. Let's skip miscellaneous. Let's skip instruments. Don't care about camera. Autopilot would be nice. Brakes. Okay, so auto brake, toggle parking brake. I'm gonna put that on this button. That's gonna toggle the parking brake. I won't remember, but better than last night. So last night, if you were watching, you may remember, or if you saw our previous video, we had a problem where we could not release the parking brake in the extra that doesn't have a parking brake in the real world. So it was interesting to see it here and not able to do anything about it. Toggle tail wheel lock. No, I don't care about any of that. Nope. Lights, no. Menu, no. Mixture, we're getting closer. Propeller! Ha 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 ha! Okay, so we found the axis. Boom. So search by input. Boom, boom, boom. And validate. So that's weird that it starts with this filter of what's already assigned. I get that reduces the amount of information that's on the screen at the time, but like, I'm literally coming into this blind. I'm coming into it as a user who has been using flight sims for a very long time. I hope I don't have to reverse this axis. Hope not. We'll see if there's even a beta range on there. Don't care about that. That's just all the same thing. Auto feather, propeller pitch low. Okay, so we already have a throttle, but like, I just happened to see that. I don't know. Maybe it's the stress of streaming. Once the camera goes on and the lights are on, you don't see things. And I did literally no research either in between now and then. I was working today. This is another thing I want. Toggle reverse thrust. Yes. Search by input. Boom. Okay. Validate. Great. I'm going to set that to that side. So toggle reverse thrust. And that should work in the TBM and the Airbus. Hold throttle reverse thrust. I don't know what that means. We'll find out. I don't know. Maybe we won't. It'll all be good. Okay, so we did find that one axis that we were looking for there. Now, is there anything else I really care about in this? Autopilots are nice. Okay, so I had... That's set to parking brake. No, that's set to parking brake. What did I do with this? I already forgot what this was. What was that switch? No, I think it was fuel pump. If I have a fuel selector, let's search by name. Learn how to type. Select Tor. There's some very specific. No, that's probably not gonna. I'm probably not gonna be able to do what I want with that. So, what I would like to see with this controls menu is actually aircraft specific. DCS World does a really nice job of having a drop-down menu, and you choose the aircraft you want, and then you can set up the different controls for them. And I like that because each aircraft has different stuff in it. And so having this generic crossfeed isolate fuel selector 2, not all the 152 doesn't have a crossfeed. It doesn't have a fuel selector 2. It's only got one, and it's on or it's on or off. Whereas the 172 has left, right, both, and off. And actually that is even debatable because the 172S model has left, right, both, and then you have your actual shut off. So it's the older 172s that have left, right, both, and off. If they put Pipers in the game, you got left, right, and off. The Extra has center wings and off, or acro wings and off. So I get it. It's probably more work, and I'm saying things that it's not that simple. But in this case, I think it would be easy to just have one more drop down, and it would simplify what goes into all these menus because it would be by aircraft. And this select input is, I don't know if that's useful at all. Expand, collapse all. That's a fun button. Toggle fuel pump. Okay, yeah, I was right. It was fuel pump. Is there anything else in here? Is that launch bar switch? So they're anticipating having some Navy fighters in the game eventually. That's cool. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else in here I really care about. Okay, so we've set some controls, apply and save. Yeah, we'll make sure all our assists are off, or at least the custom. Wait, true to life. Did I change something in the user experience? It was weird. Why did I have custom in there? Not quite sure. Okay, apply and save. Keep that. And flight training, no, I don't care. Wait. Oh, that may be why I don't hear any audio. I don't know. Okay. Great. World map. Okay, let's get to go fly something. So, what do I want to test? I want to test. We'll just go live weather. I would like to know what the weather is doing, but okay. We'll make it daytime so we can actually see things. And runway 18 is really my favorite. I wonder if there's anything else I wanted to change there. So this is going to spawn us engine running. What I want to see is whether the toggle uh, reverse thrust is going to work. And I found that to the right throttle, there's actually a button that gets triggered. You have to lift the throttle over a detent and then pull it back, and that triggers a switch. And so hopefully that will act as a toggle in this case. Loading times. Okay, so critiques of the game, the controls menu, I would really rather have it by aircraft specific. The game looks beautiful. Oh, I'm in the CJ. I didn't change it to the TBM. That's all right. We'll be able to test. We'll be able to test this reverse. Oh, actually, no. Citation. This does not have beta. There was an option over here that I saw. No, this is just the weather. This doesn't allow me to change the aircraft. Nope. Good that the escape function is working. It wasn't working last night. I don't know if that was a bug or if I had accidentally changed the setting. Okay. Change this to either take the 208 or the TBM. Okay. Fine. Oh yeah. November. So that's 3:30. Let's call it 9:30. SA. Love it. Okay. Back to Oshkosh. Runway 18. And just for... Nope. Wrong way. Wrong one. Chicago Midway, MDW. Do that. 137 nautical miles. That ain't bad. Alright. Let's see what I want to... I haven't loaded any of this, so I want to know what it does. And why not change it? Live traffic. Let's just do AI. No, don't do live. Preset. Let's go with overcast. Okay, so going Oshkosh, Whitman, Regional Runway 18, going to Midway. Okay, I think we're happy with that. Our route here, it's pretty much direct. Fond du Lac. Really? You wouldn't do that. Wouldn't file an airport. Maybe it just happens to be over top. It's not actually in the flight plan. That's more than likely. Here, we'll do that. Overcast. Good. Fly. Okay. Now, I know very little about the TBM. That's okay. Because part of the fun of this sim is being able to go out there and fly and do things and experiment with, and not be an expert, and not know what you're doing. And the type of flying that we're going to do right now eliminates a lot of the flaws that I think this has. And that's mainly the flight model of the aircraft and the response to the flight controls. So the type of flying that we're about to do is not on the aerobatic side. It's not to the extreme. It's not pushing the limits of what the aircraft can do. It's not going to the extremes. It's all standard rate turns, standard rate climbs, descents. So by limiting what we're asking the airplane to do, that's going to mask and hide a lot of the flaws. But once we get into the extra or the pits, or we start to maneuver aggressively, that's when the flight model starts to fall apart in the sim. Okay, so we got some overcast skies. I swear this pops up some weather information down here on the side. Okay, yeah, 221 at 8 knots. That's not really weather, but that's fine. Okay, we got a master caution already. That's cool. Weather go away. Okay, I thought the engine was shutting off already. We're cleared for takeoff. Great, thanks. Sweet. We're gonna take just a second to try and get some lights on here. So I gotta find lights, number 1. Push button. Push. 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 And up. Beautiful. What's this do? Turn on oxygens. That does say turn on oxygens. Okay. Click. Turn this one on too. Why not? Okay, so we're landing taxi, pulse, navs, strobes, get all those on. It's freaking out. I do want that boost pump on, because we're taking off. Okay, boost pumps to auto, fuel selectors auto, autopilot and trims are on, crash bars up. Great. You don't need to do anything there, and it's G1000. I love it. Okay, let's see if it goes into beta. It does not. That makes me sad. Okay, so this is another good reason to have aircraft-specific controls, because all that was reverse thrust selector. Well, this has a reverse. If I could pull it back into it, but I can't because the throttle is bound. That isn't working how I want it to. Okay. Alright. What else would I like to do while I'm here? That's pretty much it. Okay, so inertial separator is on, parking brake is on. Inertial separator is good. It's a little duct that the air can very quickly change the corner on, but if you have any fog or rain or dust or dirt, it's traveling this direction in the air, changes direction quickly, but the fog stays going where it was due to conservation of momentum. And just want to look here. Okay, there's my autopilot. It's all up top. Okay, yeah, that's Garmin. Perfect. I think we can handle this. See what we're doing when we get out of here. Looks like we're just going to be on course. Okay, here we go. Parking brake. That was this button. Nope, that was off. Okay. Okay, we got a warning, so we'll abort here. I don't know why she's not moving. Release parking brake. Go away. Parking brake. Off. It was off. We're having the same problem that we had yesterday. This makes no sense. Parking brake is off. I'm not on the brakes. Okay. We're going to try something very simple. We're going to unreverse those axes. I just have this feeling It's in reverse. Why is it doing that? Okay, well, she didn't back up. Let's see if she goes forward. And now, so it wasn't this. See if she moves now. Okay. Another line. Easy. Positive rate, tap the brakes, gear up. Flaps up. Smooth. Okay, let's go.
Dare 0 Sierra Alpha contact Chicago Center on 127.0.
Nav mode, vertical speed, and we have to contact somebody here. Acknowledge.
Going to 127.0 Dare 0 Sierra Alpha.
Let's 1,000 feet per minute. In Chicago, contact Chicago.
Chicago Center Dare November 9 Tree 0 Sierra Alpha is climbing through 1,800 feet for 13,000 feet. Dare November 9 Tree 0 Sierra Alpha Chicago Center continue to Eden as planned. Altimeter 29.92.
Let's request a higher altitude. I don't even know what I...
Chicago Center Dare 0 Sierra Alpha. Request flight level 230.
Okay. Oops.
Dare 0 Sierra Alpha climb and maintain 13,000 feet. Expect flight level 230.
13,000.
Climb and maintain 13,000 feet. Expect flight level 230 Dare 0 Sierra Alpha.
Okay, we got FLC. What are we climbing at? Yeah, FLC. Time at 165. No, yeah, it'll do it. Maybe not. Oh, that's cool. Switch to Nazi units. I'm confused. Toggle FLC mode off. The FMS is my flight director running. That's just Master Kashmian. Okay. Yeah, I mean, so far I'm fine with all of this. Outside air temps 5 degrees. Turn our isolate on. Pressurization is all normal and auto. And we're just now getting into the clouds, so temperature's cold enough. It's not. Apparently my flaps up setting didn't do anything on a little too much torque. Let's see if there's an auto throttle here. Oop, actually changing things. Turn flight director on. I like flight directors. You're in nav mode. Oh, that was the yaw dampener I was turning on and off. That makes sense. Altitude, we're 8 for 13. Over torqued. So you're either going to have a torque limit or a temperature limit on your engine performance here. Okay, cabin pressure, altitude is changing 500 feet per minute. And it's currently 3,000 feet in the cabin as we pass through 10,000 feet. It's not too bad. Differential PSI of 3 PSI. Oil temp and pressure looks good. Everything is in good shape here. Fair amount of fuel on board. See what options we have here in the G1000. It's not going to let me change. Maybe the soft keys just don't do anything yet. Traffic inset, yes, absolutely. PFD settings, oh, cool. That's interesting. AOA, I don't want it, but that's fine. Like the wind. Looks like we got mostly crosswind here. Wow, that was a pretty aggressive push there. Now the autopilot is severely oscillating. Well, let's see how fast she'll run.
Dare 0 Sierra Alpha climb and maintain flight level 210.
210.
Climb and maintain flight level 210 Dare 0 Sierra Alpha.
Twisted.
Dare 0 Sierra Alpha contact Chicago Center on 135.55.
135.55.
Going to 135.55 Dare 0 Sierra Alpha.
Switchy, switchy, pressy, pressy. Chicago Center, 930 Sierra Alpha, 13 for 21.
Chicago Center Dare November 930 Sierra Alpha is climbing through 13,200 feet for flight level 210.
Looks like we're on top.
Dare November 930 Sierra Alpha Chicago Center continue to corridor as planned. Altimeter 290.902.
And quarter 2992 Sierra Alpha. Ah, okay. Alright, fair enough. How we doing here? 1,000 feet per minute. Well, faster than standard. Let's change it to standard and see how she'll do on the velocity. How she'll do on airspeed. How's everybody doing in the back? Good? Good. Don't need those lights on anymore. Let's get that power right on. Trying to maximize every little bit I can out of her. I'm liking the G5s in here. The G1000, it's not quite the same graphics as your real G1000, but it's a reasonable facsimile. Looks pretty good to me. There's our cabin pressure altitude. Yeah, it's 5,000 in the cabin, passenger 14.5. It's not doing too bad. Not doing too bad at all. I want to zoom this out. Maybe there's an option down here. MFD. Map settings. I can't. Okay, weather. Map settings. There's a twisty something. Okay, alright. Twisty does a thing. Flight plan. Okay, so we have something loaded in. Ah, now it's populating it. Okay, I was confused. I think you saw the confusion on my face. But why things were the way they were. Okay, so 11.561. Yeah, 21,000 is a little nuts. We definitely don't need to be up there. Oh, that looks like ice. That's the game's version of ice. Just turn all that on. See how quickly all of that disappears. Gonna turn the heat all the way up, and the ice is gone. How's the rest of the wing looking? Okay, yeah, there's some ice out there. You can see it on the radome. You can see it after the protected area that is our boots. So yeah, we got it. We picked up some ice there. Start outside our temperature -16 and inertial separator on. It's not happy about that. Okay, great. I have lost torque. Is it possible? We're getting it back. We're getting it back. It's possible that some ice built up on the engine inlet, like is happening on our radome right now. I may have closed that off a little bit. I guess we're in some turbulence too. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about turbulence. I wonder if I can move the to not. No, I can't. No. Nope. Let's see how this affects the stream. I do that. I grab and stretch. Stretch. Find this edge. There it is. Stretch. How badly does that hurt the screen? That's not bad. Not bad. Yeah, so now I can move that off the side of the screen. So I'll put it over here on this side. Get the stream open this side. Okay, so you guys see basically the same thing, but now I can look out the left window a little easier. Oop, torque, over torque.
Air 0 Sierra Alpha contact Chicago Center on 125.1.
Oh no. Oh, it's there. Okay. 125.1.
Going to 125.1 Dare 0 Sierra Alpha.
I moved that over as well. Tune it. I think to do that I'd actually have to push something over in here. And probably Navcom 25.1 and Com1 transfer and then contact them. Chicago Center, Dare,
Chicago
0 Sierra
Center,
Alpha,
Dare, November
125.1.
930 Sierra Alpha is at 16,900 feet climbing flight level 210.
I want to say it's taking it forever to get up there, but I only told the
Chicago Center, continue as planned. Altimeter 290.902.
Continue 0 Sierra Alpha 2992. Okay. So we've got 10 minutes to our next waypoint. We're doing 292 over the ground. True airspeed of 290 on a 223 indicated. That's not too bad at all. Nice performing airplane. I still have my... Yeah, that's all still on. Radome is quite covered. Okay, procedure. Let's go arrival. Let's see if on two. I want to. Okay, here's what we'll do. Flight plan. Our flight plan involves on a midway. I want to see waypoint information. Waypoint info. Airports. Select airport. Kilo. Mike. Delta. Whiskey. Chicago. Midway. Enter. Okay, so is that all they're going to tell me? 18 for 21. It's only 69 miles away. We're a little high for 69 miles away. Okay. All right. Well, I want the ATIS. Where is the ATIS? I have nav frequencies. I was really hoping it would have it in there. Yeah. Okay, fine. I'll pull up ForeFlight. Actually, we'll do it on the old phone. I believe the real software would have that information in it. On this device, nothing has been updated. I haven't even looked if there is a way to pair, say, ForeFlight 2. What's going on here? 3275.
Maintain 7,000 feet.
Down to 7,000.
Descend and maintain 7,000 feet. Dare 0 Sierra Alpha.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so we're coming down to 7,000. ATIS 132.75. Let's tune that in. just want to listen to it. No, 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 no! I was just trying to scroll out. I didn't want to put the gear down. We are hauling butt.
Air Zero Sierra Alpha, please expedite your descent to 7,000 feet.
Landing gear. Landing gear.
Landing gear operating is like 178, and I grabbed it at 220. They want us to expedite our descent. Okay. This is going to scare the passengers. $3,700 feet per minute. $4,000 feet per minute. Okay, so I was trying to load a procedure for a runway that I intend to use. That I was trying to get the ATIS so I could figure out whether I could or not. There must be a COM2. Nope.
Midway Airport information, India 1500 Zulu. Flight 274 at 14. Visibility, Niner. Sky condition, ceiling 1,900 feet overcast. Temperature, 14. Dew point, 13. Altimeter, 29.902. Visual runway 22 right and visual runway 22 left in use. Landing and departing runway 22 right and runway 22 left. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have India.
India. Load and activate. Okay. Actually, I probably just wanted to load that.
Information, India 1500 Zulu. Flight 274 at 14.
274.
Visibility, Niner. Sky condition, ceiling 1,900 feet overcast. Temperature, 14. Dew point, 13. Altimeter, 29.902. Visual runway 22 right and visual runway 22 left in use. Landing and departing runway 22 right and runway 22 left. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have India. Midway Airport information, India 1500 Zulu. Air Zero Sierra Alpha contact Chicago Center on 120.35.
So I had changed radios. 120.35, 0 Sierra Alpha.
120.35 for Air Zero Sierra Alpha.
They don't need you to read back. Tune them. Call them.
Chicago Center, Air
1900
November
Sierra
9
Alpha,
0 Sierra
7,000.
Alpha is at 8,500 feet, descending 7,000 feet. Air November 9 0 Sierra Alpha, Chicago Center, continue to Oscar Bravo Kilo as planned. Altimeter 29.902.
Oscar Bravo Kilo, 0 Sierra Alpha. Now, in our plan, if I'm interpreting what this is telling me correctly, scroll up, scroll up. Oh, it doesn't have an altitude in there. I thought I had an altitude. Okay, temps, airframe ice is still, or anti-ice is still on. We're as good as we're going to get there. And we've got the RNAV in. Okay, 249 knots indicated. Pretty good. We're below 10, so we're limited to 250. Let's see if she'll level flight 250 at this altitude. If we over torque it, no need for that. Okay. Oh, it's weird. This changes the barometer setting in the Colesman window. It's interesting that they have it labeled as increase and decrease indicated altitude. You can see the unprotected surface of the wing has some ice on it. I guess that would be rime ice. And that may be affecting the performance of the airplane. Maybe it's a 250 in-level flight airplane. Don't know. Okay, we're passing the waypoints. Expect to hear something from them shortly. See what's ground. The tower's 35.2, so that's the next one I expect.
Dare 0 Sierra Alpha, you are 28 miles north. Keep speed below 210 knots. Expect RNAV X-ray runway 22 left approach via mating transition. Clear to mating.
Okay, maintain 210. Expect RNAV X-ray runway 22 left via Ming transition. Cleared to Ming. Hey, that would have been nice. 0 Sierra Alpha. That would have been nice if it was in transition. Ming, load and activate. Okay, so next waypoints. I'm not seeing it here. 210.
Dare 0 Sierra Alpha, please acknowledge.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, I said it. I didn't say it. I didn't click
Keep
the button.
speed below 210 knots. Expect RNAV X-ray runway 22 left approach via mating transition. Cleared to mating. Dare 0 Sierra Alpha.
Now, is it taking me to Ming? Stop zooming out. I want you zoomed in. I just want to scroll. Fine. The approach is in there. We're going to Ming. Okay. Ming Finch. Procedure. Approach. RNAV 22 left. I don't think I loaded X-ray, actually. Maybe I did. Yeah, I did. Okay. Oh, this is cool. This is cool. So it's a nice little circle turny thing. Uh-oh. I see the problem here. Let's go. Okay. Let's change the thing. Check to activate. Okay, so that leg was OBK to Ming. We'd already passed it when we loaded it, so the autopilot got confused and tried to go back. That's my bad. I'm gonna claim that one. I don't know if that was actually on me or not, but I didn't notice that it had done that, so that's on me. Okay, so now we're user waypoint to Ming. We're on our way. Oop, 210.
Landing gear.
If I can put a speed bug on it. No, not really. Speed bug this. All on. Oh, it just gives me those. Minimums. Mins on this approach. 951. Will it do 951? Cool. Whatever. Captain Waiters, what's up? Do you fly IRL? Yes, I do. I am CFI, MEI, multi-engine commercial, single engine lands.
Contact Chicago approach on 126.05.
126.05, 0 Alpha.
126.05.
Fly aerobatics mainly. That's my the fun thing that I get to do, that I like to do. Tailwheel and super decathlons and extras. And I'm an aerobatic competitor. Currently in intermediate, when I can steal an airplane that has the performance to do that. Did I tune them? Okay, I gotta tune them, gotta contact them.
Chicago approach day or November 9er, tree 0 Sierra Alpha is 7,000 feet.
But I've not flown a TBM before, but the G1000 is pretty.
Chicago approach, continue to Ming as planned. Altimeter 29.902.
Continue to Ming, 2992, 0 Sierra Alpha. Now, Ming has a crossing restriction of 4,000 feet. So, I wonder if he's going to give that to me, if I'm going to have to do that myself. Captain Waiters, do you fly? With a name like Captain Waiters, kind of assuming that you do. Oh, it's got a wing leveler button. That's cool. I'm learning all sorts of stuff as I get more and more comfortable in this aircraft. CFI commercial multi, working on double I and MEI. Think about getting a PC for this. Yeah, I don't know what the minimum specs are to run the sim, and this is the first I've done anything with it.
Sierra Alpha descend and maintain 4,000 feet.
Down to 4,000, 0 Sierra Alpha. This is the first time I've done any of the IFR stuff, and what I
descend and maintain 4,000 feet day or 0 Sierra
did yesterday with the sim was mainly to, with our live stream yesterday, was to take out the aerobatic aircraft and to see how they handled in comparison to the real thing. Not well is the short answer there. So tonight, what I'm trying to do is put this into its wheelhouse where most people are probably going to use it, and that would be to do more procedural things, to fly the IFR environment, to fly the aircraft with the autopilot on, or to at least keep it in between the attitudes of 45 degrees of bank plus 20 degrees nose up, 10 degrees nose down. So, all right, yeah. Now the gamer tag's a good one, you know. And if your goal someday is to be an airline pilot and make that true, or to be in the military and earn the rank of captain, yeah. Cool, awesome.
Alpha, please expedite your descent to 4,000 feet.
Sierra Alpha. So we'll wind down the vertical speed. We'll pull the throttle back a little bit, and I'm still 13 miles. Still 13 miles from the waypoint, 12 miles from the waypoint, so it's not like we're not going to get there. We're totally going to get there, but whatever. I have flown over Chicago and talked to these approach controllers, actually multiple times, and at one point, so I was in a 172 trying to get to DuPage, and I was coming from this area here, and I was flying around the Charlie trying to get a hold of Chicago approach, and when he finally acknowledged my existence, he goes, well, it looks like you're in the Charlie, so you might want to call this frequency. They probably want to talk to you. And I knew exactly where I was. I knew I was not in that Charlie. This was before GPSs were in everything. I was flying a P model 172 that had 2 navs, and I knew exactly where I was. And I go, no, I'm not in that airspace. But I called him up, and that controller said, no, you're fine. You're not. You know, you're in good shape. Okay, great. Okay, below 210, 4,000. Let's just slow that descent rate just a hair. Okay, let's just start some before landing stuff here. Gas, we have 112 gallons of gas, tons. Gauges, everything is in the green. Undercarriage is up for now. And power. They wants us around 2. He wants us less than 210. We're doing great for that. Oh, to fishing. Yeah, captain in a vessel. I like that. A lot of aviation terminology and like the nav lights on the aircraft, right-of-way rules, the hierarchy in the cockpit. A lot of that came from naval, I suppose, naval operations, and for a very, very long time until around the 70s when the culture changed. The captain was God in the airliner, just like the captain is God on a vessel. And in the 70s, that kind of changed, where the crew has a better dynamic and work together. Okay, so I'm going to try and change. I'm going to click the vertical nav button. We'll see if that arms. It's on a GP. We're on FMS approach mode. So I think I have everything set up here how it needs to be. I'm going to go 2-2 on this. Wow, that just jumps 10. That's weird. And we're going to see what happens here. As a crossover MiG, it should go left turn 090. 210 knots, less than 210. 4,000 crossing Fink, down to 2,900 in the turn decisive. Okay. See how she does. I don't know that it has the altitudes built in. Okay, so it's cycled. It's going to Fink. I'm not seeing an altitude listed in here. We may have to manually do it. That's fine. We'll just select the next one, because it'll stay here at 4,000. Lost Com 1 when talking to Atlanta approach, and they hit us up on guard on Com 2 so fast we didn't have time to switch Com 2 off guard on Oscar approach.
Sierra Alpha descend and maintain 2,900 feet. Keep speed below 180 knots.
Slow to 180 down to 2,900. 0 Sierra Alpha.
Descend and maintain 2,900 feet. Keep speed below 180 knots. Stay 0 Sierra Alpha.
Okay. Gonna slow to 180 down to 2,900. Now Atlanta's, that's good. That's good. They're busy down there, so you must. I'm assuming you're somewhere in that area, in the Florida area, or the coastal Georgia area.
Air 0 Sierra Alpha descend and maintain 1,900 feet.
1,900 0 Sierra Alpha. My only recent experience with Atlanta. Oh, that's not quite true. I did a trip back in, it was November of last year, and I was in an extra, and Atlanta would not let me through.
Alpha, acknowledge last
Ah, gosh darn it! I gotta click a button. I said it.
Descend and maintain 1,900
and they wouldn't let me
feet.
through, so I went over
Alpha.
the top of Atlanta at 12.5 or 13.5 in an extra 330 LT, which the POH stops at 10. So if you're up there, yeah, it's basically you're making it up as you go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What? Microsoft Flight Sim crashed. No, we were just getting to the good part. Is it paused? It's still making noise. No, it's crashed. Definitely don't need this open anymore. No. It's doing something. It doesn't say it's not responding. Ah, it sucks. We were just getting to the good part. We were just getting to the good part. Oh boy, PC specs. You don't need what I have. Number one, you do not need what I have. This is an i7-7820X on an X299 motherboard, 64 gigabytes of RAM, and a RTX 2080 graphics card. So you don't need that to run this game. Definitely don't need that to run this sim. Um, but if you're looking to buy or build something, 8700 as far as an Intel chip is going to do you well. 9700 to 9900 will be fine as well as far as the CPU is concerned. On the AMD side, Ryzen 2, Ryzen 2 Plus, those are all fine. I recommend 32 gigabytes of RAM because even while I'm running this game, it was eating 27 gigs. Now that doesn't mean that it was Microsoft Flight Sim doing it. It could have also been the encoding software that was using some of that as well, although it is rather light on its usage. It's really not doing a whole lot. But yeah, lots of RAM helps. SSDs help, and fast RAM, fast RAM too. So I got 3600 megahertz of RAM. I wouldn't go really any lower than 3200 megahertz. That's DDR4. And I like building computers, so I built this one, and I've been happy with it. But I've been building computers for a while, and I'm still learning as I go and things like that. So it's not that big of a deal. But as far as speeds, this is a 3.6 gigahertz CPU stock. I have it overclocked to 4.2 on 6 of the cores and 4.5 on 2 of the cores. It's also water cooled with an all-in-one water cooler from Corsair, so it's keeping the temps and the heat and everything down. If we look at it here, yeah, 43 degrees, 47 degrees Celsius CPU. GPU's at 61 and it's air cooled. And yeah, just loading the game, she's at 14 gigabytes of RAM. So lots going on up in here. And the game is also installed on an SSD, so all the load times that you're seeing right now are based on that kind of spec. So around 4.3, 4.4 gigahertz average, lots of RAM, lots of fast RAM. And it's a big game. It's a beautiful game. This is the first crash I've experienced with it. 1440p, might as well go for gold and use it for all my games as well. No time like the present to switch to PC. Oh, you're a Mac guy. Or a console gamer. Thinking the next gen GPU comes out, I can snag a 28 or 2070 at least for a good price. Need at least 500 gigabytes SSD for the rolling cache. Rolling cache, I'm not 100% sure how Microsoft set this game up. But my understanding of rolling cache in the past, you've only really needed it if you didn't have enough RAM to grab everything that the game wanted. So, oops. So that's why I recommend 32 gigabytes of RAM, and that way you'll never really have to use that rolling cache if it's what I'm thinking of. I think they also refer to it as page file. But if you can get it into RAM, it's much faster processing back and forth to the CPU. And what I would recommend is having the game on one SSD, so a 500 or a 1 or 2 terabyte SSD, and having Windows on a completely separate SSD. Keep them apart from each other, and then you won't have kind of jam-ups in the lanes that the CPU uses to grab the information off the two different drives. It'll actually separate and parse that out, and so you are able to not jam up one highway trying to run the game and your operating system. So how I've done it, my operating system is on C, which is normal. The game is on A, and then I have OBS, the capture software, running on an NVMe drive. So I have 2 SSDs and an NVMe just for the games. Yeah, you put Windows on an M.2. There's no real need to. The only time that you're going to save between SSD and M.2 is in your boot, and we're talking 3 seconds. Like, it's not that big of a deal between SSD and M.2. Whereas in tense games, I would have the game on the M.2 because it's going to capitalize on the faster speeds that you get from the M.2 as opposed to an SSD over the long period of time that you're going to be running the game. And so that's why I would recommend that. I would just put OS on an SSD, put the games or the high intensity stuff that you're constantly using on the M.2 or a nice fast SSD. That's how I would do that. Okay, so that was disappointing and interesting. That's the first crash that we've had. I'm not even sure what caused it. But that was just getting interesting. Let's go to Bedford. Actually, while we're here, KGS. Whoops. Let's just go over to GJ. St. Augustine, Northeast Florida Regional. And of course, if we're there, we have to fly the extra. We must. Even though it pains us to fly this thing. Show me, zoom to details. That is inconvenient. You're blocking. Let's zoom in more. Okay, so I want to go. So there is parking up here. This is Patty Wagstaff School in Southeast Aerosports, which is where the extras come from, and are right up here. Yeah, that'd be nice if it detected a crash, loads you up, and set as departure. Let's do that. Okay. Did I get this set to prop control? I believe I did. Okay, so we're gonna forgive the crash. I can't think of a good reason for it, but I don't know. It worked fine for what, an hour? Worked fine for an hour and then gave up. So the IFR side of things, that G1000 functionality had probably 80% of the functionality of the G1000 that you'd really see in the airplane there. So as long as we are seeing the databases, or the game has a way to fetch the databases from online, you're already fetching gigs and gigs and gigs and gigs of weather and terrain and graphics
St.
data.
Augustine Tower Extra Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra ready at runway
I don't want that
13
tail number.
departing straight
There's no
up.
reason that you couldn't also be pulling
Extra
some
Alpha
data.
Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra cleared.
Can't stand that tail number. Why? Why did the motor quit? And there's something strobing my strobe switch. And because it's doing that, I can't hit the menu. Yep, I'm out of the Boston area. So I fly out of Bedford, Beverly, Lawrence. Okay, she's running now, and she's not running. Why is she not running? Why you do this? There is no reason that this thing, unless it's completely out of gas. Is it completely out of gas? No, it is not. 5 gallons, 15 in the wings. Which you would never. Why? You would never do this. You may end a flight here. Come on, run. Okay, so, I mean, I think we found a bug here. No, what? Why would it park me on the runway with... Oh, look at that. What is triggering that to happen? Why is it doing that? Okay, so something else is on my mixture, and it's blocking me from pressing escape and getting out. No, no! Okay, so some kind of bug. Some kind of bug is causing this. Oh, I thought that would... Some kind of bug is causing this to not work how it's supposed to. It's pulsing the strobe switch. You can see it here. And it's pulling my mixture to idle cutoff. Here's what I'm gonna do. I have a feeling. I have to do this. Did that help? That helps. Okay. So yeah, Captain Waiters, I'm a freelance flight instructor. I started my own company, Spread Aviation. I have over 7,000 hours of dual instruction given in all kinds of different aircraft, flown over 42 different types. And now it's just freaking out in the on position, but at least I get the mixture. Escape still doesn't work, but okay. And this is a part of what we do, but mainly we provide, and the throttle is doing nothing. There we go. And the parking brake is, that doesn't exist, that an extra does not have, is on, somehow. That's abysmal. Extras don't behave like this.
Extra X-ray Golf Sierra, you are leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Extra Golf Sierra will be in the aircraft box. So, Paddywag staff and the guys at Southeast Aero, which are right over here off the nose. I'll go buzz them. They're in these two hangars right here on the left. Those ones. And just over to the east of the airport. Go ripping down the taxiway here.
Extra X-ray Golf Sierra, acknowledge last transmission.
No. There's an aerobatic box right over in here. Now, not everybody can use it. Patty
St.
can use
Augustine
it.
Tower, Extra Alpha Sierra
Certain
X-ray
other
Golf Sierra
airshow
frequency
pilots
change.
can use it. The guys at Southeast Aero can use it. So the game, as far as proper comms go, it's just a button. It's just a button to click. I believe that there's some third-party software called Voice Attack, where you can set up some profiles and things that you say and talk into it and make it do things. I haven't used it in the past, so I don't really know. But I've seen it used to control things in DCS World like talking to your wingmen, talking to ATC in there, talking to Jester in the F-14 Tomcat and making him do things. But you have to build all those profiles. It's an overcast day. Should have done that a little differently. Let's try and hammerhead. That was ugly. Yeah, she would be building G like crazy right there. No, I'm still disappointed in the extras in this game. It's fun, but I mean, if anybody that's ever flown an extra gets into it, they will go, "This is garbage." And if there's anybody that has never flown an extra and gets into it and wants to see what it's actually like, they will be confused. They'll be like, "Why does this airplane handle like such garbage?" And the main point of this is the rolls. An extra is so powerful, has such powerful ailerons. It doesn't wind up. Like, I went full scale stick deflection, and it will roll at full rate as soon as you put that stick over. And it does this build up thing, and then you go opposite. Ugh. Then I go opposite to try and stop it, and it stares at you, and it's like, "Oh, I think I'll start to begin stopping now, and now I'll stop and I'll go back the other way." No. A real extra, it's roll, 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 center stick, stop. You want to go the other way? You put the stick the other side, it's roll, 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 center of the stick, stop. It is snappy, it is fast, it is crisp. There is no thinking about it. There is no building up, winding up. It's not a rubber band that gets stretched and released. No. It's a demon. It's a beast. It's responsive, reactive. You think about going left and it starts going. You think about going right and it starts going. The real plane, yeah, the real plane is immediate. And there's no parking brake. And this is the LT. The LT rolls a little bit slower, but the responsiveness is the same as all the other extras. And I should have a whole lot more forward elevator than I do right here. It's not too bad.
Extra X-ray Golf Sierra, you are leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
So yeah, this is the extent of proper comms.
St. Augustine Tower, Extra Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra frequency change. Jacksonville approach, Extra Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra is type Extra, 301 miles north of St. Augustine. Request flight following.
Extra Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Jacksonville approach. Squawk 4051.
Squawk 4051 Extra X-ray Golf Sierra.
Extra X-ray Golf Sierra radar contact 1 miles northeast of St. Augustine, 500 feet. Altimeter 29.92.
Yeah, see that stop? It's garbage. It's such garbage. Do I have to acknowledge that?
Copy Extra X-ray Golf Sierra.
Yeah, PC-24 would be good. Yeah, that'd be a fun airplane. Even the PC-12. They should have both those in here. And more than likely what will happen is a third-party developer will make the aircraft. And there's a handful of good third-party developers out there. One that I've done some work for is DXM. DXM Simulations is their new name, and they create stuff for DCS World, X-Plane, and Microsoft Flight Simulator. One of the ones that we've been working on is an extra 330 SC, and I got to do the test flying, or I was one of the pilots who was doing the test flying on that. We've got me, we've got another guy, call sign Hornet, who's actually on the Spanish Unlimited Aerobatic team. He's a no joke dude. So DXM actually took feedback from the pilots of the airplane to make it as accurate as possible to the real airplane within the limitations of what the sim would provide. And right now it's the 330 SC is not available yet in DCS World, but the modeling that we did went into the Edge 540, which is available in DCS World for free.
Extra X-ray Golf Sierra, did you hear my last transmission?
No, I didn't, because I was talking. I'm sorry. What do you want to hear? What do you want to know? Jacksonville
Going
Center?
to
I haven't gone anywhere.
134.0 extra X-ray Golf Sierra.
I'm just gonna cancel.
Jacksonville Center Extra Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra 800 feet.
Extra Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Jacksonville Center, continue as planned. Altimeter 29.902. Extra X-ray Golf Sierra contact Jacksonville approach on 120.75.
No, I want to cancel. I want to cancel. Just shut the radio off. There, that'll solve that problem. Alright, so I haven't even landed the extra in this sim yet.
Extra X-ray Golf Sierra.
How is he talking to me? The radio's off. The avionics are off. That's a little twitchy. Maybe it's me. Let's blame me. Okay, stick back. See if she'll flip over with too much brake. Nope, it won't. There, it tried to flip over. Yeah, radio's not even on. How am I hearing that guy? So, anyway. Okay, so the game. It's beautiful. It is surely a beautiful, beautiful game. They made a very beautiful game, a visually pleasing game that probably 90% of the people who are going to use this thing, that's all they care about. The other 10% are going to care about, or at least another 5% or maybe 80% of that 90% is going to care about systems and how they can fly their 747 around and how accurate that is, and whether they can fly a transcontinental on actual airways and things like that, high altitude jet airway, all that. That's what they'll care about. And they won't care about the flight models of the extra or the pits. They won't be taking to those extremes. And so if they can keep that part of the market happy, the people that care about the avionics in the aircraft, then great, fine, wonderful. Then they've done it. However, this is still not a place that I, as an aerobatic competitor, can recommend going to in order to practice. So DCS World still has them on that. DCS World still has them on the combat side of things, definitely, and the Fidelity 2 systems for aircraft in the military side. I don't know that Microsoft Flight Sim is the developers for this are going to take the same care that the developers for the aircraft in DCS World have and do go to. We've already found some bugs. That one crash, I'm not sure what that's about. Something is causing my strobe lights to freak out, and my escape key is not working. So there's that. What else did we have an issue with? The parking brake is on an aircraft that has no parking brake. You look around, there's not one in here. It doesn't exist. I don't know of an extra that has one. It's the pilot's feet on the pedals. And I don't know what's going on with those strobe light. Wiggle, 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 yeah. That's pointless. This has smoke. That's a smoke switch. There should be another switch over here. Yeah, for the loading of the smoke. So that on-off toggle on top of the throttle, that's for the aerobatic smoke. And there's no smoke pump switch. There should be a smoke pump switch somewhere in here. Probably right here. It'd be either here or here. Could be there too. And it would have an arm and a refill mode. So you can run the pump one way or run it backwards. And I mean, they obviously modeled this after a real aircraft. I can't claim that. My feeling is that they looked at a real aircraft. Or at least they got some photos. But yeah, there should be another handle right here. That's to open and close the canopy. I don't think the G meter goes to 12 because it's a 10G airplane. That's interesting. V speeds are... Yeah, it's an LT. That's fine. And the only reason I'm still in this screen is because my escape button doesn't work anymore. And I don't know why. And there's no bringing up anything up here. Nope. So yeah, flight models. Flight models are not as accurate as I would like them to be. Not as they have improved zero from 14 years ago when FSX came out. They've done nothing there. The graphics, vast improvement. The AI that generated the airports, fantastic. I haven't gone to one of the hand sculpted airports yet. I've seen airports. I don't know. Maybe that's really cool that they did that, but I really think that they could have taken the time that it took to hand sculpt those airports and put it into the flight model. I know a couple of guys who were beta testers, alpha testers for this. And I know at least one of them gave feedback on this aircraft specifically. But maybe they just didn't... They either didn't care or they didn't believe that that's how the real airplane is. Whatever. Okay. All in all, however, it is fun. It's enjoyable. It's a very pretty game. But that's very interesting that they made a very pretty game for the 80 to 90% of the population that's going to use this game as an IFR sim, where your head's down. This is your view. This is what you're going to see. And honestly, well, I mean, this looks okay. Not awful. Not awful. Oh, and there's no VR support for it yet. When they originally started putting this together, they said there was going to be no VR. Now, earlier this year, I think it was May or June, something like that, they did announce, hey, yeah, it'll be later in 2020, but we'll have VR support for it. And I'm looking forward to that because it changes the game. It changes the immersion immensely. It's a huge step up. They know most hardcore sim people who are going to fly 40,000 feet in a bus, straight and level. Yeah, that's exactly it. And they made a very beautiful game for those who aren't going to do that, for those who are going to fly low in the Cub. There's a Carbon Cub in here. I can't access it right now. I don't know. I think it's a swing and a miss. That is my opinion. It's probably an unpopular one. I want a little more function over form, I suppose. And it's not like we bought the cheap package either. You know, we bought the premium deluxe to get all the things. Let's change the weather. Make it pretty. Cool. Let's make it a thunderstorm. Maybe I can't. What happened? Did it crash? It quit working for a second. See what snow looks like. It's snowing in Florida. That's some heavy snow. You can hear it hitting the aircraft. Every once in a while, this freaks out. There we go. That menu freaks out. Stop zooming in. Why are you zooming in? It's being so weird. Yeah, that's about right for Florida. I don't know why my view is so limited all of a sudden. It's a good looking game. Ooh, I saw a button. I want to click it. It's freaking out again. I'm clicking on this and it won't activate. There we go. Snow. Snow depth. Centimeters. Who uses centimeters? Do it. I crashed it. I crashed it. Yeah, man, I think that's fun too. Want to go play around with the smaller planes, have some fun landing in smaller airports and checking out the scenery. Yeah, there, I got it back. This is definitely not 50 centimeters of snow, or 99 centimeters of snow depth. Unless I'm that bad at metric that I don't know what 99 centimeters looks like. I don't think that's it. Anyway, well, those are my thoughts on Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. I think people will use it for instrument work and having fun blasting around, as long as they can look past the flight model and they're willing to forgive that. And I think they'll be happy and not too upset. But I'm kind of disappointed. I had higher expectations. I had much higher expectations for it, especially when there's folks out there like DXM Simulations who are doing fantastic work for free, giving the product away, and they're doing it with a passion. I'm not saying this was a cash grab. They definitely utilized the technology. They definitely put out a pretty product. Should I have expected less? Maybe was it my expectation that was too high? I don't know. Anyway, check out Spread Aviation on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, all the fun social media sites. We do a lot more there. And we have our podcast on iTunes, which is now Apple Podcast, Spotify, and Google Play Store. Spread Aviation, just search for us on all those platforms. You'll find us there. if you want to know more, and check out spreadaviation.com. If you have questions, comments, or concerns, send us an email, hello@spreadaviation.com. And join us Monday nights. We're generally on Twitch, Spread Aviation over there doing Monday night live streams, just like you're seeing us here. Usually that's DCS World. And check out the Virtual Air Race series as well, virtualairrace.com for more there. Thank you very much for joining us on, this is the third, is it Wednesday? Is it Thursday? It's Wednesday. This is the third night in a row that we've live streamed. We usually don't do that, but this was a big release and wanted to give it a shake. Captain Waiters, thank you very much for joining us tonight. Make sure you smash that follow button and get updates on when we go live in the future. It was good talking to you, and good luck with the rest of your training adding that double eye on. It's definitely worth it. It was one that I hesitated on for a long time, but once I got it, it really opened up what I was able to do with the training, and it opened up my enjoyment for what I was doing in CFI, as a CFI. So, thank you very much. Have a great night. Fly safe.